Why Tig?
Why Tig? I thought it'd be a good laugh for you lads. Yeah, no, he's the obvious choice for us. I think we've documented quite a bit over the last period of time just how much his leadership's come on and his standing within the group, you know. So I'm a big believer on how people make people feel, not just during the week, but in the dressing room, just before they go out, etc. You know what I mean? And he becomes the obvious choice for that.
Yeah, he's part of what he was saying yesterday was that you want to make the young lads coming in feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
How important is it to have guys who have that mindset at a senior level in the camp?
Well, you've got to be comfortable in your own skin, haven't you? You know, you've got to, understand your own detail, be across your own game, understand what the team needs, understand how we're going to go about our game and apply ourselves under the scrutiny of a test match itself, with everything that goes with that. And then you're able to care about others, you know, and we have a lot of lads now who's able to do that. And Tig's figured it out more than most.
And in the pack, so you have Jeremy in, Kieran in, Nick in. How important is it to give new guys who are coming into a test environment the experience around them to enable them to perform their best?
Well, you could say it's crucial, but sometimes you've no option, you know, with injuries, etc. But to give people the best chance to be able to judge them in a good side is pretty valuable to them. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit unfair. So therefore, we pick the best side that we've got this week.
And just one last one for me. Jack Crowley is on the bench. All going well. I know you can't determine how long Joey might stay on for, but how much game time would you like to give him this weekend?
How long's a piece of string? I mean, I don't go into any game. Honestly, I don't go into any game with a plan as far as substitutes are concerned, because it's just about the team. It's important about team performance and getting a result, etc. So it's just the feel on the day that matters to me. Cheers.
And just on that, Andy, Joey Carberry's starting this weekend?
He definitely is.
Yeah, so obviously what was the mindset behind that, obviously to give him more game time?
Oh, 100%. You know, he's been patient enough, hasn't he? Didn't get much at the weekend. Obviously, our captain plays at number 10 and he's very influential to the team. But Joey's coming on nicely in the background, you know, and he deserves a chance to show his teammates that he's ready to take control, etc. So we're excited to see him play.
He does have to be very patient in that role. Is that something you talk to him about?
Well, that's life, isn't it, you know? I suppose, like I spoke to you plenty about before, that selection isn't in my hands, you know, it's in their hands, and performance matters. It definitely does, you know. It matters to the players. The lads who are taking the field, they need to know that people are being selected, you know, because of the performances, etc. And like I've said to you before, Johnny's not going to step back and just let people overtake him just for the sake of it, you know. So it's up to everyone who's pushing him to push on through. And when you get an opportunity like this, take it with both hands.
A lot of players are getting an opportunity. Is it about, I suppose, having that strength and depth within the squad, being able to see other players step up? Well,
of course it is. That's what you'd love to see. But everyone knows that we're judging them on all sorts of different criteria. But you know, the main thing for the team this week is we're another week down the line, and you know, there's certain areas of our game that we weren't happy with last week. So there's a lot of improving to do, and they've got the responsibility and the opportunity to be able to do that.
Thanks, Andy.
Cheers.
Andy, Jimmy O'Brien at fullback, is that as a direct response to how he played last week, or were you always planning on doing that in this game?
He's playing well, Jimmy. He's playing really well, and he's been playing well for quite some time now. His versatility is massive, and you know, Hugo's a bit of a bit banged up this week, so you know, Hugo's been ever present in that position. It's good for us to find another option going forward or not, you know. So he deserves the chance. His skill set is certainly suited to that.
I was going to ask about the competition. I mean, is that a slight concern at all that Hugo has been ever present, and that if something were to happen to him, there's maybe no obvious replacement who's had the experience?
Well, we think we have. You know, we've people who've got experience in that group, and you know, I suppose they would love another chance as well. Michael Lowry, Jacob Stockdale's played there before for us. You know, Mac's been in there. Mark Hansen's been in there plenty of times in training. Joey plays there quite a bit. Jack Crowley can play there. So there's plenty of options for us. But you know, Hugo, with his consistently high performances, has deserved to own the shirt, and it's in somebody else's hands this weekend to show that they're another option.
And despite the change that you've made, you go into the weekend, I think, as heavy favourites. Everyone's expecting another victory following the New Zealand tour and South Africa game the weekend. What would you say to anybody who's expecting a big Ireland win this weekend? How big a challenge?
Well, you know, you can talk about all sorts of ways, but the only thing that matters is our own expectation of ourselves and our own performance. And as I said, we're another week into it, so we expect a good performance. And the guys that's got the responsibility, it doesn't matter whether they've got 9 changes or 5 in the starting lineup or 5 on the bench or whatever. They've responsibility for the team, because every single one of them understands that it's team first in our environment, and when you pull the shirt on, you've got an opportunity to make that team better, and you know, that's the only thing that matters to us.
Just one final one. Aside from Conor, who's obviously injured, and the other players that are missing, are any of those out because of injury, or are they just rested?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, so they're all injured. Yeah, so we go through. If you want to go through it, Johnny, he's banged up with his bad dead leg. Josh has got something going on there, and so is James Ryan. Hugo's banged up. Ports is banged up. Hendy, obviously we know about him. He's not played yet, and then you can go on with the rest of them. You know, Earlsey and Bundy, etc. So there's a few injuries there, but again, it is what it is, and this type of thing is going to happen constantly. You know, certainly within a World Cup period. Certainly when you get down to games 3, 4, hopefully 5, 6. You know what I mean? So it's good for us.
So just the players who were played last week that aren't playing this week, are any of them serious injuries, or are they just sort of impact injuries?
Well, we'll have to see. Some of them are impact injuries, but some of them are serious enough. So we'll see how they improve. Most of them have done nothing this week. You know, in the rehab and physio room. So we'll see how they pull up next week.
In terms of contrasting styles of opposition, it probably doesn't get much more stark than last week to this. How useful an exercise is this kind of contrast over a week?
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great because they pose threats all over the field, and our defence was outstanding last week. You know, the nature of just keep turning up and hopefully slowing South Africa's ball down was top draw. But we know what's coming this week, and in many ways it's a much different task, and in many ways individually as defenders, you know, it's a hard task, isn't it, because of the athlete and the footwork and the skill that's coming our way. So we've got to be on point in that regard. You know, our breakdown work is something that we pride ourselves on, and speed of ball is something that we crave, but it wasn't quick enough last week for ourselves. So there's some improving there, and you know, the unpredictability of what's coming this weekend is something that we want to get good at managing as well, because you know, the way that we want to keep developing our game with our decision making, our skill execution under pressure, that unpredictability gives us a chance to test ourselves in many ways in that regard as well.
It's a big opportunity for a number of players. Treadwell and Timoney, from your point of view, how much have those guys developed over the last year, last 6 months?
Greatly, but I'm sure, like everyone else, you know, Nick coming in and getting the start is a big one for him. But he's been great around the group over the last 6 months. He's found his voice, he's found his feet, and he's ready to back himself 100%. And same with Treaders, he's been excellent coming off the bench. He was outstanding on tour in many different ways. You know, as a tourist, he was outstanding, backing up every single day. And I'm sure that he would like to show everyone that he's not just a substitute, you know, coming on. So it's exciting for all these boys, and you know, it's not just the Ulster boys; it's many others as well.